Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Street Talk and other stuff. Mike, Mad Dog Magnetti, thanks for being here on a Monday. Now, did you see the football game yesterday? Seahawks, 4-2. 4-2, we're doing good. Now, a friend of mine posted on Facebook. Now, I didn't see the game till late. We had a performance of 12 Angry Men, still playing, one more weekend. So I got home late, so I recorded the game. So I watched that. I thought it was great. But then later on Facebook, I saw a friend say, you know, what's the matter with the Seahawks? Why can't they get the ball across the goal line? Listen, the Seahawks don't show up till the second half, okay? Don't you know that by now? Don't watch the first half of the game. Watch the second half. That's when they play. But, hey, we're rolling. That was good. All right, but some other things, some political stuff. You know, Rush Limbaugh, he's been saying, if this whole thing about Obamacare doesn't get settled, he's just going to leave the country. Now, when the Democrats heard that, they said, man, we would have capitulated years ago if we knew that would have happened. So, and then, of course, a lot of right-wingers are upset about Obamacare and this healthcare system and this overhaul because of how much money it's going to cost. Well, a good suggestion to them would be just pretend it's another unnecessary war, and then it won't seem so bad. And supposedly, if the Republicans do something about Obamacare and repeal it or whatever, there's going to be 30 million people, so they say, who's going to be uninsured, or as Walmart calls them, employees. Okay, and President's Day, of course, now that's been passed already, but I've been thinking about it. You know, it started out as a celebration for Washington's birthday, then it turned into a celebration for Lincoln's birthday, then they crammed it all together, and then for some reason, on President's Day, they have all these mattress sales. And I said, well, what sense does that make? What do mattresses have to do with presidents? And then I realized it had something to do with Bill Clinton, right? Okay, now, this is serious, okay? Yeah, right. Tonight, over at the Eastmont Junior High, 5:30, the East Wenatchee School District is having a meeting to talk about the changing of the name of Lee School, the Robert E. Lee School. So if you're interested in that, that's where it's going to be, 5:30, Eastmont Junior High School. We've been talking about that. We had a couple of people on the show recently talking about why they should change it, why they shouldn't change it. Personally, I think it should be named Stan Lee School and with the emblem of Spider-Man put up there, but I don't think they're going to go with that. But if you're interested in that, 5:30 tonight, Eastmont Junior High. But hey, I got a good show for you today. This is a category, if you don't know this guy, this is somebody who you should know. But Street Talk and other stuff, Mike, Mad Dog Magnetti, stick around. We'll be right back.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CBCH respects that.
Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
When it comes to tough, versatile workhorses, nothing compares to Kubota's full line of RTV Series utility vehicles. Engineered to last and designed to deliver, Kubota's RTV X Series doesn't just lead the way on rugged dependability, it leads the pack. From big jobs to small projects and daily chores. Choose from America's top-selling family of diesel utility vehicles to help you do it all.
The Kubota dealer in North Central Washington is Valley Tractor and Equipment in the Baker Flats Industrial Park, East Wenatchee.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Street Talk and Other Stuff. Hey, I'm here with my friend Robert Sandage from RLS Productions. Robert, thank you for being here. I had planned to have Robert on back in August, but the way your schedule's been, my schedule's been, has been putting it off, but
it's all good.
Kind of saving the best for last, buddy. So how are you?
Good.
How's it
By the
going?
way, I want to thank you for your service.
What service?
Your police service.
Oh, being a cop? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
You bet.
Trust me.
It's not an easy gig.
It was my pleasure. And you know what's really pleasurable about it? I ain't doing it anymore.
Retired.
So yeah.
But now you're doing this.
I know. Well, it's okay.
It's all good.
It's just, one thing for another.
Yeah.
But okay, we're here to talk about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, okay?
Well, born and raised, actually born in Japan, lived throughout Germany and the U.S.
Right. Your dad was Army, right?
Army military.
Retired Army
Yep.
colonel, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And retired back in '72. So we actually were raised. They retired and looked around the nation for a place to have all 6 kids.
Mm-hmm.
He had his own little workforce. So they flew around and found this orchard up in Entiat that had chest-high grass and said, "Hey, that's a good project for my little brood." And so we went from being fat, happy brats, as they called us,
Army brats, yeah, right.
to workhorses.
Orchard drones.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay. So what kind of
Lost
orchard?
a lot of weight.
Yeah, what kind of orchard was it?
Apples. It was old standard apples.
Okay.
Yeah. And graduated from Entiat High School.
Yeah.
And then immediately started performing and playing around the Northwest and other places. But I'm a drummer.
Okay. So you've been in a number of different bands, right?
Basically, I was a hired gun a lot early on. But
Really?
Hard Luck was the biggest band I was in back in the '79-'80. We were actually in the top ranking of the Washington State, Northwest area. And we won a Battle of Bands actually around here.
Wow.
But then I took a sabbatical and went to Austin, Texas, played 6th Street for a while, and then came back up and decided to go back to school and finish my college education, the first of 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know that route. I've 2 master's degrees. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. Okay.
it's the way it is. They kind of lead into each other.
I know. It takes a while to figure out what you want to do.
A person's education should never end. That's my biggest argument.
True story. Actually, Mark Twain said, "I've never let education get in the way of learning."
There you go.
Something like that. So
I just hated math.
Oh, me too. Math. I might as well learn Latin as well as learn math.
Latin was good though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd probably be easy.
Because I was raised Catholic. We
Okay.
did the old mass.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I met my wife, Rio,
Right.
and in September 7th, 1987, and we've been together for 30 years. We celebrated last September 7th. was 30 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So good. Now she's she's a jazz singer.
Yep.
And you said she performs every second Tuesday at
Taste Buds.
Taste Buds.
Yeah.
So Rosie and I haven't caught her yet, but we plan on it. We will.
Every second Tuesday at Taste Buds, except for in December because Elisa gets so busy with catering. So, but she's been performing with the Wenatchee Big Band. In fact, I discovered her singing, and she didn't really realize that she could actually do that for a living. And I said,
Really?
"Oh yeah."
Okay.
So she wrote the big band and has been performing with them ever since.
Okay, well, I like this stuff. How'd you guys meet? Tell me how you and Rio met.
I'm not going to go in there.
Come on, you coward. Come on, look,
I discovered her in the shower, and the rest of it was history.
It's just you and me talking. It's
Yeah.
not as if anybody's watching this show.
Sure.
So, well, that's cool, because I know
Yeah.
she's been around quite some time. I knew she was singing with the big band.
Yeah.
So I've heard her a couple times.
But then I played in a couple little small bands here locally, and then I was picked up by a group that needed a drummer. They were called King Biscuit, and we ended up changing our name because we got served with the cease and desist order from the King Biscuit Flower Hour.
Are you kidding?
No, that's a true story.
Oh, God.
But the thing is that
People
the band,
getting sued,
The band had actually started in 1964 before the King Biscuit Flower Hour. So I was telling Paul Cowie, who actually was the original member of King Biscuit, dude, you should send them a cease and desist order, cease and desist order, and he didn't do it. So
Really? Okay.
we changed our name to DX Biscuit and continued to tour throughout 2000. I think it was 2004, 2005, but.
I can't believe how people whine about stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, good grief.
Yeah.
So,
But Rio and I started producing. The first thing that we got involved with was actually called the Don Lanford Jazz Fest. And
I used to know Don pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
and I went to church together for a long time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
With Belmont. So.
Yeah. Actually, when I moved out here in '77, Belmont's was still operating.
And they have it, huh?
Okay. And, we weren't, tight, close friends, but we were, acquaintances. And
So you know Dave Kiefer then too, because
Dave
he
Kiefer,
worked
yeah,
there.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
In fact, Dave actually sold me my first drum set.
Really?
Back
Okay.
in '75, I think.
No, but Don and Midge we knew pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then John Pugh. Do you know John?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Don and John were cool. So.
But that happened in '93, and then we started producing concerts at the Convention Center in '95, '96, thereabouts, and through about 2002 or 2003. We always did October, November, January, February, March, so 5 concerts in the winter season, and pushing midweek, or not midweek, but tourism, putting heads in beds here locally. So
Right.
we set up a hotel package with what was then West Coast. And with Steve Gear, and we did pretty good, and putting a lot of people inside that.
Because I was going to ask you about that, because you're talking about RLS Productions now, right?
Yep.
Okay. How did that get started? Let's back up a little bit.
Well,
I know you said a little bit. But
my name is Robert Leslie Sandage, so
Okay.
I came up with RLS.
Okay.
It just so happened that Rio's name is Rio Laura Sandage, so it's like it was nice pairing. Yeah, real name Catherine, but Rio's her stage name. Da da da. But what was the question again?
I don't know. No, I was saying, you started talking about RLS Productions before I could introduce that name. So,
Yeah,
you jumped ahead of me here a little bit.
I'm sorry.
So, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's your show.
Yeah, sure. So RLS, because I've always been interested in producing, it's kind of morphed in from also performing and producing and handling, marketing and everything, because I enjoy that side of things. So we started working together with hotels, and I don't receive any kickback or anything
Right.
like that. The idea was basically more of a benefit for our guests to be able to have a nice place to stay, and potentially have the transportation provided for them so they don't have to drive home,
Yeah.
with a little bit of wine or beer under their breath, and it just became a marriage that way. We've also worked with other cities and developed and produced, helped them produce or hone down their festivals, like the Ritzville Blues Festival. Marva Euland actually brought me in back in the late '90s.
Now, who was this?
Marva Euland,
Okay.
she was the chamber director
Oh, okay. All right.
at Ritzville. Her husband was
Oh, in
the
Ritzville,
mayor.
okay.
Yeah. Then the year that we helped them and we co-produced it in 2000, we actually won the best blues festival in Washington State. So,
Cool. Very cool.
but you have to put everything together, from tickets to marketing to what the demographic is for marketing, and
Yeah, because I noticed that when I looked at your website. You're doing everything. You're getting people here, providing transportation, you're setting up places for them to stay.
Yep.
You're offering packages for people who are coming to the concerts
Yep,
to stay
yep.
in different local hotels. That's...
the ones that we've actually
Where
worked
do you
with
get the
mostly.
energy?
I don't know.
Sheesh. And just keeping all of this straight, I would go nuts.
I'm perceptually off the scale. I can really see a big picture once I work with. I have a great partner. Rio is the bookkeeper. I'm the dreamer.
Well, that's great. I'm lucky to get myself home after work at night.
Well, she keeps me on board and in line, and staying healthy is important, and exercising, things like that.
Cool.
But,
Good.
But we've partnered with, recently we've mostly partnered with Spring Hill Suites by Marriott and the Holiday Inn Express, and they actually had cut their hotel rates by almost in half of what their normal rack rate is, to be able to offer packages
Really?
to our guests that come in.
Excellent. That's cool.
We started the current series, the Concerts in the Gardens, which is held up at Ome Gardens, back in 2014. And that had 3 objectives. One is to bring midweek tourism into the Wenatchee Valley, in pushing that specifically, because the Wenatchee Valley needs to fill that gap. They're doing great on the weekends, but they need to fill the middle part, other than with conventions.
Sure.
And then we also were developing, the second objective was to develop the series into a regional draw, so that it actually is more of a brand, RLS Productions Concerts in the Gardens. That's the brand of the series. And again, that helps what? Tourism. And the last thing is we're actually setting up an endowment for Wenatchee Valley College with we're raising $35,000 to actually endow a scholarship, while at the same time giving away annual scholarships from 25% of our net ticket sales.
Okay, and I want to talk more about that in a minute, but we got to take a quick break, okay? But we're going to talk more about these concert series in the garden that you've got and the community work they're doing, because that's why I wanted to have Robert on today, because this is impressive stuff, folks. But hey, Street Talk and Other Stuff, Mike Mad Dog Magnati, stick around. We will be right back.
Plumbing, heating, or cooling repair, Patriot will be right there.
Is your home as comfortable as you like? This Lennox dealer can help.
Make your home comfortable with a Lennox system from Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call Patriot today.
Patriot Plumbing, heating, and cooling will give your home a hug.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Pets are not your whole life, but they do make your life whole. At Paws and Claws Veterinary Hospital, not only do they understand that fact, they live it every day. Dr. Bayes and her staff at Paws and Claws love dogs and cats so much they've dedicated their lives to the well-being of our four-legged friends. They offer compassionate care with a personal touch. Paws and Claws Veterinary Hospital on the corner of 4th and Nile in East Wenatchee, or call 888-PAWS.
Antique Mall at Cashmere is Trade Dollar Coins' new location. Whether you're in search for coins, currency, gold, or silver, you'll find what you're looking for. From coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, find coins rarely seen from around the world. Whether you're buying or selling or need supplies, Trade Dollar Coins is the place to be. Located in Antique Mall at Cashmere. Open 7 days a week.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Okay, Street Talk and Other Stuff. Mike Mad Dog Magnati with Mr. Robert Sanders. Now, we're getting now into why I asked Robert to be on today, because he's doing some incredible stuff for this community in a number of different ways. So, Robert, I want to turn it over to you, the Summer Concert Series. So, go ahead. So, tell us about that.
It started in 2014.
Right.
And I'm on the board at the foundation at the college, and so everyone on the board has to give something back, and so it just seemed like a very good thing for me, for Rio and I to do together for the community, is actually to develop this endowment, $35,000 endowment from a percentage of the net proceeds. And at the same time, we're also marketing the community with all of the media. We're marketing Wenatchee Valley and Omi Gardens. Omi Gardens doesn't have a very big budget for marketing itself, and so everything that we produce has what? Omi Gardens on it.
Right.
Billboards, social media, radio, television, everything, print material, etc. So we have, over the past 4 years now, have raised $27,000. 10 of that has gone out into as annual scholarships that we give out. Which each
And this is $27 that you have donated to the College Foundation.
$27,000, yeah. And that, well, it's not just me. It's also our supporters like Haran Estates Winery and the Names Foundation.
Right, but you are the one you're the driving. You and Rio are the ones driving.
We pulled together.
This, so.
Yeah, it's okay.
See, here's a picture. Go ahead, describe this picture.
This is actually with us where we presented $12,000 to the Wenatchee Valley College Foundation this past October 2nd, actually. And that brought the endowment account up to a total of $17,000, and the annual awards for annual scholarships up to $10,000. So we're still working towards that $35,000 endowment amount.
That's your goal, to get $35,000 in that account.
Along with giving away annual scholarships as well.
Right.
So, And then also out of all that everything we bring in, we still need to market, and so that is giving back to the community that way with regards to marketing the community.
Okay, so speaking of marketing, you've got this commercial that you ran for last year's concert series.
Yeah.
Okay, can we show that, Caitlin? Can we show that? Is that okay if we show that now? All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
LS Productions presents concerts in the Gardens at Omi Gardens this summer, featuring the Wenatchee Swingin' Big Band, Too Slim and the Tail Draggers, the Pan-Latin Sounds of Milunga, Charlie Butts and the Filter Tips, and the Infinity Project, a Journey tribute band. The objectives of the series are to increase midweek tourism to the Wenatchee Valley, the development of a world-class series overlooking the Wenatchee Valley, along with awarding annual scholarships to Wenatchee Valley College students. RLS Productions would like to thank their supporters and volunteers for helping to make all this possible.
Cool. Okay, now why do you use the Coliseum at the beginning, you know?
Well, that's actually...
being somebody from, the old country myself, I thought that was kind of cool.
We were raised in Germany, and so we actually went to Italy.
Really?
And I actually walked through the Rome. Our whole family did.
Walked to the Coliseum?
Yeah, Coliseum and the bathhouses, and actually got to walk up the Leaning Tower of Pisa when it was still able to be walked up on. Now it's leaning so far,
right.
They don't let anybody walk up. I feel very blessed as far as being raised by my parents, Ray and Teresa Sandage, and raised all over the world basically. Not everywhere, but would never have changed my life or anything. So,
all right, cool.
Great upbringing, Catholic upbringing.
Yeah.
I was an altar boy.
That could be interesting. I was raised.
Dad's Baptist and Mom was Catholic. So.
Okay, well, that's a mix.
Well, Dad was gone a lot, so he said, "You're going to raise the children, so they'll be Catholic."
Cool. So you were even an altar boy.
Yes,
for a while,
I was.
Right?
All of us boys were.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so all right, how did this series go this summer? I mean, how
went
was
really
it?
well.
Went
really well. We had a scare with regards to the smoke on the final show, and it was like so cool. Severely, the day before was almost like the Wenatchee World said all outdoor shows have been canceled. I'm like going, I don't remember being contacted about canceling our show.
Yeah.
And then it was like the morning of. The good Lord just looked down and said, "You may have your show," and it blew. The wind blew everything out for that one day.
Yeah.
We finished the concert. We took everything down, got out of there at 1 o'clock in the morning, and everything socked right back in the next day.
Oh, that's cool.
And so we're actually lining everything up for next year already. Now we have working with the commissioners, and it's been a pleasure working with the three commissioners. To actually set up our 3-year lease agreement, so now we can actually plan
3-year lease agreement to continue to do the concerts up at Omi Gardens.
Yes,
oh,
yeah.
Cool. Good.
The series, we own the series, and we rent the facility from the county, and which it's a county property. Everyone own it.
Right.
We're just utilizing it and trying to bring in additional revenue for them to be able to use that midweek.
Okay, so I have part ownership in this?
Yes, you do.
Well, you tell the commissioners next time you talk to them that Doug Matt said you can do anything you want. Okay?
That's not the way it is. You have to negotiate.
I didn't think so, Yeah, the commissioners haven't recently asked me for my opinion on anything. So.
Well, they would if you asked.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would. So what's the plan for next year? What's gonna?
Well, we're looking at there's a big push, and while we can still afford them, because this is a small demographic, and we can't have the ticket price so high that we actually don't allow people to come in and out of the area. The idea is actually to bring people in, as well as servicing some of the local people as well, which. So we are planning probably 2 to 3 tribute bands this next year, high-end tribute bands.
Okay, what's a tribute band?
Say, for example, like the Journey.
Pardon my ignorance.
The Journey group was who.
Anybody who
was
watches knows I'm not too bright. So.
The Journey tribute band that we brought in, which was called the Infinity Project, they are like the top west of the Mississippi top Journey tribute band, and they play everything note for note how it was written. They don't go off on their own little jams or anything like that. And the vocalist Randy Lauren is phenomenal. They all were phenomenal. But he has Steve Perry's voice.
All right, so a tribute band is a band that's playing somebody else's music in tribute to them.
Yep. See. He's getting it. It's coming together.
See?
Somebody pulled the light on.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, so I'm sorry.
And of course, we are looking at Too Slim again because it's been a favorite of the area. I've worked with Tim Langford probably, 2 decades.
All right, now who is this again?
Too Slim and the Tail Draggers.
Okay, right.
And then a local favorite, which we do a lot, is the Wenatchee Swinging Big Band.
Right.
The Silver Generation still comes out and actually participates, and we're actually bringing in some of the young hip cats too. So
cool.
hip cats are called.
Well, swing dancing was real big. My son was taking lessons for a while. So
yeah, it got really big back in the late 90s.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Cherry Papa Daddies and Royal Crown Review and those kind of acts. But so what's really important is us to be able to pull the sponsorship together. For example, like LocalTel, NCW Life. Brenda,
we like those folks.
Brenda and Dimitri, they help us out a lot financially to be able to make this possible.
Yeah.
Confluence Health, the Hernandez States, also, who else?
Well, I don't know.
Cherry Creek also helps out. D.A. Davidson, San Ray Orchards, a lot of sponsors that require us to be able to make this all possible.
Okay.
I go out, I have a brochure, and anybody interested in talking to me, just contact me, and I go out and present to them and tell them what they receive for their sponsorship.
All right. So how can they contact you? What's your website?
It's rlsproductions.net, or they can call us at 519-669-6872.
Okay. And as always, if you don't remember this information, you can always email me, maddog@nwi.net, and I can help you hook up with Robert. So, okay, hey, look, we got to take another break. Okay, and then we can come back and do something, I got letters from viewers here.
Oh, cool.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
But hey.
Again, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. I mean, good grief. I'm a has-been. You're somebody who's actively out there.
We don't do it by ourselves.
Punching the bag.
It's a community effort.
Cool. All right, Street Talk and other stuff. Mike Mad Dog Magnati talking with Robert Sandage. But you stick around. We'll be right back.
So we are live from Studio 2, and I am Dan Koontz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We got news, we got sports, we got weather, we got obscure holiday, today in history and birthdays. Tom Potter joins me in studio. How are you? And Rod Cool is my guest today. The expert is Bonnie Orr. We're broadcasting live from Studio 4, from Studio 2, Studio 7 here in downtown Wenatchee. Time for the obscure holiday of the day. Your Dog to Work Day, Beautician's Day. It's National Selfie Day, and in honor of National Selfie Day, I'm going to take a picture of myself.
Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, mornings at 7 o'clock on the NCW Life channel.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Okay, Street Talk and other stuff. We come to this part of the show that's fairly regular where we do Everyone's Entitled. No, that's something else. This is your probably worthless opinion where I read letters from viewers. I got a little confused there, but what else is new? But this is a letter I haven't read yet. But hey, dear Mad Dog, I've had a really hard problem, and I'm hoping you can help me. My wife and I were recently invited to one of those group dinners, where a group of couples meet together and bring a dish to share, that kind of thing. Well, this group of people, I don't know them very well, and honestly, they are the dullest, most insipid bunch of folks I've ever had the displeasure to meet. Oh my God. Please, don't beat around the bush. Tell us what you really think, okay? My problem is we're supposed to go to another one of those dinners soon, and eventually are supposed to host one ourselves, and I can't bear the thought of being with these people again, much less have them to my house. I don't want them to know where I live.
Double up on your Zantac.
All right. But we're supposed to write a note of thanks to the organizer of this event, and my wife is insisting I do so. I can write this note and somehow how can I write this note and somehow get these people to never invite us again? Signed, Socially Desperate. Actually, I have an answer for this guy. Okay, this is what you do. You write a note back to these folks and you say, I've had a perfectly wonderful evening. So sorry, this wasn't it.
Oh, God.
Okay, I mean, that's an easy one. But, some people, social stuff is difficult, particularly when you're stuck with strangers you don't know. But hey, Street Talk and other stuff, Mike Mad Dog Magnati. Now, I want you to remember, got another weekend of 12 Angry Men down at the Riverside Playhouse, NumericaPack.com. You can go there to get tickets. But hey, Street Talk and other stuff. Mike Mad Dog Magnati, thank you for being here, Robert. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.